And I'm only going to wet one section of it. And I'm going to even leave a little dry section within that section. Now the paint will only run where the paper is wet, and it'll save where it's not wet. So let's see what we can do here. I also like color, and I paint things that are very colorful. This is a color called New Gamboge, and I'm going to, there again, I'm going to charge it in, and I'm going to just move again right along my pencil drawing. And I'm going to let it flow. And I might leave a little section of white. That would be the reflections coming in. If you use too much water on this, sometimes all of your color washes away. So I'm going to use pretty heavy pigment on this. This is Windsor Red, and then I'm going to let that go right into that pepper there. I want to have a lot of pigment on the red pepper because I know I did this before and it all bled away, and then it just was a big white backwash. So, whoops. Switching brushes here. Ooh, didn't that? Like a little rainbow. And I'm going to put a little yellow in there just for a little more interest. And there is another section to this. Oh, I get it wet first. Have you painted in this way? And then, if you want to have, well, let me put the center in there. Actually, I'm going to wait till that dries, put that section in, because it's just going to all start bleeding and it will be totally out of control. And I had some very good advice, because people always want to know how do you control watercolor, and when you first start painting, don't try to control it. Just kind of give it its own freedom. Now, if you want to put some shadows in, you can come in and just let some of those colors flow right out. And just pull them out. Still so wet. I'm going to just fill this section in here. I'm going to put a little Payne's gray in there. And just pull that wash out. If the first layer is dry, it will not lift. I know you can do that a lot more in acrylics. I know that you like to use acrylics. And you can do that, a lot of glazing over with acrylics. In watercolor, 2 or 3 times, and then the initial color underneath might start lifting if you're not careful. So here I'm coming in with a very light value. And so it's contrasting with the flower in front of it, which is painted in a darker value. And I kind of paint these in sections and, you know, stop. And I'm going to put a little yellow, a New Gamboge, into the top part of this because it's getting a little too boring for me. And sometimes I even add a little purple or cobalt violet or cobalt blue or something. There, the little stamen are there, and I'm painting negatively around them. Now the foliage, if I want to tip, say I want to have some of that more intense color, on the edge of the petal, I can just come in like that and just let it flow. In other words, don't line them up, you know, like three.
You don't have to worry about whether they get on top of the resist.
No, I'm using this glue to glue them down, actually. You can use matte medium. You want to have your painting look like it has some flow, some movement, some arm movement. And let's see, what about, so this is quite a warm dominance as opposed to what we've been doing all day is pretty much cool in the violet tones and reds. Let's try something more in the earth tones. To sit down and plan that, I think you would not be able to do it, but just to allow it to happen, to sort of react to it and go with it, allows you, gives you a little more freedom. This, you can make different marks with this. And then I bless my painting. I wish it luck. I need all the help I can get. And I haven't used this color. This is Antwerp blue. I haven't used very much of this. It's not really one of my natural colors that I use a lot, but it is a very interesting color. And here's some of the